He just, it's a hard time. There's nothing I can do.
Dozens of young adults turn to one another for comfort after an attack at a Florida resort leaves 2 friends dead, a third in critical condition. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Johnson.
And I'm Terry Okita. The attack in Florida has devastated the Columbia community of Oakland Mills. We now know that 5 young men took the vacation trip to New Smyrna, Florida. 2 were in their hotel room when the other 3 were attacked. Today, one family opened their home to dozens of young adults who gathered to grieve and comfort one another. Kevans was invited to hear what they had to say about some very special friendships.
The lawn of an Oakland Mills home was filled with young adults, drained from a loss they never expected and are still struggling to absorb.
And it was just like somebody dropped a bomb on you. You had no idea what to think.
No one was surprised that their friends jumped in to help a man and his daughter who were being harassed on a Florida beach. But no one was prepared for the armed counterattack, which left Seth, Quebec in critical condition and killed Matt Wichita and Kevans Hall.
They had so many friends. I just wanted everyone to see how many people's lives they touched.
I know.
The tears are just one sign of the sense of loss. There's also regret.
I haven't talked to Kevans in the past few months, but he called me right before he left. Said, "What's up?" Left a message on the machine. Tried to call him back a little bit later, and that was the last I heard his voice.
There's anger at assumptions made by people who didn't know them.
Marshall Peterson from Oakland Mills stated that the 3 had a taste for social life and parties, which sometimes led them into a skirmish. I'm guessing this was not the first time the first fight they had been in. Like, I don't understand what bearing that has on the situation for when he was never their principal. They were never students with him. He had no idea who they are.
The only comfort to be found is in the memories held by friends who did know them.
Every time Kevans is around you, you're going to feel good, and you're going to feel his happiness and what he makes out of his life.
Kevans and Matt were my friends, and they were my roommates. I loved them to death, and I'm going to miss them. So I want to say, if you're out there, Seth, and you can hear this, we're pulling for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're pulling for you.
It's truly an act of God that Seth is alive, because he stayed with us to shed light on this horrible, horrible tragedy, and it's going to be him and the other 2 that puts these guys away.
Not that convictions will put the world back together for this group, but they do find comfort in their faith in everlasting friendship.
They'll be watching over all of us forever, and now we all just have 2 very special guardian angels, because I know he's here with us now.
Frank Bond, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Seth, Quebec remains in critical condition in a Florida hospital. Police have 4 suspects in custody. Funeral arrangements for the 2 murder victims have not been finalized yet.
Services are held for 2 young men from Columbia who were brutally killed in Florida. Kevans Hall was buried and a wake was held in Elk Ridge this evening for Matt Wichita. The night team's Kai Jackson has more on the tearful goodbyes.
It's been a day that must have seemed like an eternity for family and friends of Matt Wichita and Kevans Hall. After attending Hall's funeral, many went to a wake from Matt Wichita.
He's just loving, athletic. I mean, he just played ball right before they left for Florida. Me and Kevans, Seth and Sam.
Last week, Matt Wichita and Kevans Hall were on spring break in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Police say the 2 tried to help a young woman being hassled by a group of men. The men returned armed with baseball bats and knives. Wichita and Hall were killed.
Matt wasn't a fighter. He was, as you can see, the kind of guy that would stop a fight and try to laugh everyone out of it.
The bond that Wichita and Hall shared in high school lives on through their classmates. It is those memories friends say they will cherish.
You have to keep going and remember the good times and try to look back and remember.
For the night team, Kai Jackson, WJZ, Eyewitness News.
Kevans Hall was 21 years old and Matt Wichita was 23. He will be buried tomorrow.
A suspected peeping Tom Group's rented condo when this attack happened. His best friends, Matt Wichita and Kevans Hall, were savagely attacked with knives and baseball bats by a group of local men in Florida. Now, Walker says his friends had stepped in earlier to help a girl who was being harassed. But in an exclusive interview, Walker says police did nothing, even though the men threatened to arm themselves and return.
If they would have not even arrested him, just, took him into custody, fingerprinted him, questioned him, just did a little bit further more investigation, maybe my friends would still be here right now.
Another Maryland man, Seth Kubek, remains in critical condition tonight. Police say as many as 20 men participated in this attack. So far, 4 have been arrested.